Building a personal brand or social presence is becoming the highest form of leverage these days. And the idea of your network is your net worth is more true now than ever before. This is something everyone should consider doing since it helps you attract clients, job opportunities, and get recognized by the wealthy. But the question is, how can you maximize your exposure? In this video, I'll show you exactly how you can exponentially grow your personal brand. So before we get started, if you don't have a personal brand yet and you want to start, then check out one of my older videos on the channel after you watch this video. I have a bunch of videos explaining how you can start from zero. So moving on, let's say you kind of have a personal brand or you have an existing personal brand that you want to scale, such as a following on TikTok and you want to generate more leads and cash collected, or you just want to grow for the sake of growing. Well, there's a couple of things you can do to expedite your growth today. And in this new age of AI, we're able to automate a ton of work for us instead of having to hire more employees. And of course, this is going to save us time, money, and most importantly, keep your margins as high as possible. So throughout this video, I'll be mentioning a ton of tools that you can use to make your life easier. Anyway, the first high leverage thing that you need to do today is establish omnipresence. So this means that you should have a presence on multiple platforms, but don't worry, this doesn't require that much additional work. Some good examples of this are Mr. Beast, Andrew Tate, and Iman Gadzhi. I mean, take a look at their Instagram, TikTok, and YouTube. It's pretty much the same messaging over and over again, just in different formats. They have a following on almost every platform, and even if one goes down, they have a bunch of backups. And by following suit, you'll be able to print 3 times the amount of leads and cash collected from your social media. So like I said, this is actually a lot easier than it seems because each piece of content you push can either be pushed exactly the same way on other platforms or act as pillar content for you to come up with new formats. Let me explain. So as an example, a TikTok video can be posted on YouTube, Instagram, and Facebook the exact same way. So what you should be doing is start reposting any of your short form content on these platforms. And now by posting on all of these 4 platforms, you have 4 times the reach with an extra 10% effort. So let's do the math. If 4 times the reach equals 4 times the leads, then you should be making 4 times the money. It's kind of like a no-brainer. So not doing this makes absolutely 0 sense, especially since we have software that automatically does this for us now. So for this, my go-to tool is Repurpose.io. And I just want to say before moving forward, this is not sponsored. This tool is just pretty badass. Anyways, Repurpose is great for repurposing and scheduling content. So now you basically have your own personal assistant to upload and schedule your content, and all you need to do is focus on recording, tracking the analytics, and engaging with your followers. Since using this tool, I found that the quality of my scripts and recordings have been significantly better because I can spend most of my time focusing on what matters, which is the quality of the content. Just as an FYI, this tool is catered specifically towards short form creators. You'll see what I mean when you use it. So to summarize, repurposing content is absolutely necessary for skyrocketing your growth, and it doesn't take that much effort. Another example is repurposing something I like to call pillar content. So pillar content is when you post one piece of content that you're able to cut up and post on multiple platforms or expand on that one piece. An example of this is Alex Hormozi. So he first uses Twitter to validate his ideas. And whenever a tweet pops off, he creates video content around those ideas and posts it on YouTube, Instagram, TikTok, and his other platforms. I actually have a system where I get 100 pieces of content from just one YouTube script. And so here's how you could do the same. Step 1, script out your YouTube video. Make sure the script is at least 10 to 15 minutes worth of talking. Step 2, convert that one script into 7 short form videos. Now this is going to be used to post on Instagram Reels, TikTok, and YouTube Shorts. But hold on, 7 is just a random number, but realistically it could be between 5 and 15. And this is assuming that your script is high quality. You should be able to find a couple talking points in there. Your video should be broken down into 4 parts. Attention, which is the hook. Interest, which is how you keep the viewer on the video. Desire, which is where you showcase an ideal scenario or problem being solved to the viewer. And the last part, which is action. This is where you tell the viewer to do something, such as follow, like, or check the bio. So now from these short form scripts, you can turn these into email newsletters. And please have an email list because it's probably the most slept on thing. And you could also convert the short form content into tweets. If you want an example of this, look at my Twitter @OnlyTappa. And the last 2 bonus steps are reposting your tweets on LinkedIn, which you could easily do through Hypefury, and converting your YouTube video into an audio file podcast. You could do those if you want. So there you have it, one YouTube video turned into over 100 pieces of content that you can literally post on all platforms. So I've talked enough about repurposing content. Let's talk about how you can use AI to skyrocket your personal brand growth. For me, ChatGPT is still probably one of the best things for this. So I understand there's a bunch of other ones out there like Jasper, Bard, and a bunch more coming out, but to be honest, GPT has given me the best ideas, copy, and sauce out of all of them so far, so I continue to use it. And with that being said, this is exactly how I use GPT and how I suggest you use it as well. So with any personal brand, you need some sort of unique value proposition. That's why people come and watch your content and stay subscribed. This is what sets you apart from the rest of your competition. I believe this is something that most creators struggle with, and I completely understand why. I mean, it almost took me 5 months to perfect my offer and messaging, but this prompt right here should cut that time by 90%. So what you're gonna wanna do is go on GPT and enter this prompt right here. Pause the video if you need to. Now that you have your unique value proposition, it's time to put together a content strategy. So for that, you can use this prompt right here. Now, have you ever felt like you're getting great impressions, but not a lot of engagement? Well, you wouldn't be the first, and I actually really struggle with this as well until I started using the following prompt right here. Again, you could pause the screen if you need a better look. And again, I think you should do this with me as well. As you can see based on the output, those 3 AI prompts are gonna do most of the heavy lifting in terms of ideation, strategy, and your engagement plan. All you need to do is follow through on this video and you're pretty much golden. So if you were to do everything I spoke about today manually, it would take you a ton of time and you'd probably have to hire someone out. Because of all these tools, software, and AIs out there, you're gonna have a ton of time on your hands, your margins are gonna be higher, and you're gonna be able to grow much faster. So remember to constantly audit and be very strict with the content you put out. I mean, you can move extremely fast, but just make sure it's quality and you're following the principles I taught you in this video. And before putting out a piece of content, always ask yourself, would I trust this video if I was a brand new viewer? And chances are, it probably wouldn't on your first draft. But this is good. Make sure you revise your drafts over and over again and also get second opinion. Because you're now aware of the issues, they're gonna be easier to solve and you're gonna get better and better as you go. So now all that's left to do is use all these tools that I gave you, all the advice, put it together and skyrocket your personal brand growth. That's pretty much it for this video. If you liked it or have any questions, put them in the comments below. Make sure to stay subscribed because I post every single week, and I'll see you in the next one. Peace.